Hey everyone. So one of the main questions, most common questions I get asked in pole dancing is how do you get out of Superman? Superman seems to stump a lot of polers, and truthfully, it's not that tricky, but a lot of people struggle with it. So today I wanted to go over 4 of my favorite ways to get out of Superman. Now, this video is assuming you know how to Superman. There are a lot of different entryways into a Superman, and I'm not going to cover them. I'm assuming that you know how to get into Superman, you're just not sure how to get out of it or where to go from there and really transition it into your routines. So the 4 ways I'm going to show you are a Superman into a Scorpio, a tabletop, a shoulder mount, and a reverse dismount. Depending on your skill level, these are all going to be very, very different. And I'm not going to break them down too much in this video, but if you do have questions or you want more information about how exactly to do it, just give me a shout and I'd be happy to walk you through it. So the first one, Superman to Scorpio, is going to look like this. So you're in your Superman, and we're aiming for a Scorpio, so that would be an inside leg hang. So you're going to come down and finish catching with that leg. Now, when you are performing this move, obviously going slow the first few times is essential. You can turn this move into a little bit of a drop or a flip. It's not my style. I like perfectly controlled executions, but it can be done. So what's going to happen is in your Superman, you are going to bring your bottom hand and grab it close to your thighs. You then need to start hiking, so you need to get your bum in the air and keeping your feet together. You're going to bring that inside arm into the armpits. You're almost in a pike, and you can transfer the weight to the bottom arm, and then you're just hooking that inside leg to finish off in your Scorpio. Okay? So pretty simple, but like I said, it stumps a lot of people. So the second way to get out of a Superman is coming into tabletop or flatline, so same move, different names. This is really similar to the Superman to Scorpio. Some people like it better or worse, just depending on your particular skill set. So what it's going to look like is you're going to come up into your Superman and kind of the same movement, but instead of grabbing, I'm just going to turn myself here. Instead of grabbing, you're going to keep your hands in a bracket, placing it down, coming into that hike position, and then hooking that inside leg to come into your flat line. So there is a bit of a rotation, and you do want to keep the legs close so that the pull stays in your hip before falling while hooking that inside leg. The next one, Superman into shoulder mount. I'm sure you've seen 101 times, and it's a really common one. It's also a pretty advanced one. So a couple things about it before we go into it. You do need a decent amount of back flexibility to do it. Mine is not the prettiest because my back flexibility kind of sucks. You also should be able to somewhat aerial shoulder mount and feel comfortable in your shoulder mount. You do get a little bit of a swing because your legs are behind you and coming forward, but it is still a very, very tricky move. So make sure you are comfortable with the moves separately before you try and combine them. So with that one, again, you would come into your Superman, and you want to drop the hips, unless you have extreme back flexibility, so that you can get both hands into a cup grip and your shoulder on the pole. So you're going to pull back, reach around, and get ready to put it in your shoulder as you come up, don't hit the ceiling, and into your shoulder mount or whatever you prefer. So like I said, you do need a little bit of back flexibility, but the more you slide the hips, the easier that move is to get it from a hand position up to your shoulder and into a cup grip. Make sure you don't swing the legs out until you are fully secure in that shoulder for obvious reasons, and you do get a nice bit of momentum to help you with your shoulder mount. The last way I like to get out of Superman is into a reverse dismount. So this particular transition is awesome because if you're really tired from doing whatever on the pole and you need to get back to the ground without coming into a Scorpio and then a chopper dismount and then more arm moves, it's once you're done, your feet are on the ground, you can walk around, you can do floor work, etc. So what it looks like, okay, you're in your Superman. Again, you need a little bit of back flexibility, but if you slide your legs down and grab that outside hand above your top hand, you're going to bring this back leg, so same as your top hand, swing it around, and come down. So the bigger circle you draw with that, for me it's my right leg because it's my outside leg, the bigger circle circle you draw, the more momentum you're going to get to crunch around. What's going to happen is your legs are split, and with your hands on the pole, you draw your circle and turn into the pole, keeping your legs together, and then release your hand grip. So I like that particular one if my arms are getting really tired, because I know I have just a little bit more to go before I get my feet back on the ground. I can come into a little bit more easier things. So those are the 4 transitions out of Superman that I use the most. Like I said, there's probably more, and you should already be able to Superman in order to do these transitions. But if you're getting stuck, you're not sure what to do, you're just kind of sliding down, bailing out, at least you have 4 more ideas in your arsenal to kind of play with. If you're struggling with any one of them or you need more of a breakdown for them, feel free to give me a shout and we will get you set up so that your Superman dismounts feel comfortable. Have a good day.